Waiting tables, barista, telemarketing, all these jobs suck no matter how old you are. In this video, I'll show you 5 jobs for teenagers that not only make money, but will change the way you think about work. Not only that, but I'm revealing 2 things to look for in any job that's going to keep you from falling into that same soul-crushing trap that 90% of workers fall for. We're talking the best jobs for teens today on Let's Talk Money. Beat debt, make money, make your money work for you. Creating the financial future you deserve. Let's Talk Money. Joseph Hogue with the Let's Talk Money channel here on YouTube. I want to send a special shout out to everyone in the community. Thank you for taking a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. So these types of videos have been really popular on the channel where we're looking at some of the highest paying jobs, either ones that you don't need a degree for or ones for college students. And you know by now that I don't go in for all those lame types of jobs you see in other videos. First of all, if you need me to tell you that a teenager can work as a babysitter or waiting tables, you've got bigger problems than making a buck. We all know that there's these menial labor, minimum wage jobs out there just waiting for kids that companies can screw over for cheap labor. Also though, besides the fact that nobody's learning anything from these crap jobs, do you really want to be mowing lawns for $5 an hour? Instead, what we're going to be looking at are jobs for teens that you might not have thought of. Jobs where you can make more than the minimum wage and that can lead to something bigger. Now I'm going to reveal those 5 great jobs for teens, but first I want to highlight 2 things you need to look for in any job you consider. I know you just want to jump right to those 5 jobs for ideas, but bear with me for 2 minutes because I guarantee these 2 factors will change your life. First is that you want a job that's going to show you the power of enjoying what you do for a living. Now this is a lesson I wish I had learned earlier, and that job trap is something 90% of the people out there fall into. Most teens hate their first jobs, but that's just how it is. You hate your job, but you do it because you need money to buy fun things. This never ends for a lot of people. They grow up and they hate their job, but they feel trapped because they need it to pay the bills and buy fun things like jet skis. They never learn that there is a completely different life out there. Now, I fell into this. I started bussing tables when I was 14 and then started waiting tables later. I worked in a coffee shop. I worked in telemarketing. I hated every one of these jobs. I was miserable and went from one job to another. When I graduated college, I got a job in corporate accounting, and again, I absolutely hated it. The thing is, I thought that that's just how it is. You don't have to like what you're doing for a job. You just have to do it. I rolled my eyes every time I heard someone say, find a job you love, because I didn't believe it was possible. But it is out there. It is possible to make money doing something you enjoy. And I can tell you, as someone that felt that soul-crushing feeling of hating his job, it is an amazing feeling when you learn how to enjoy your work. So do not get trapped into that job mentality. Even if you don't go for one of these 5 jobs for teens we'll talk about, look for a job doing something you enjoy from the start. The next factor that all these jobs have and that really sets them apart from all those other dead-end teen jobs is control over your financial future. Another horrible thing people learn with their first jobs is that hourly pay hopelessness. You get paid the same whether you flip 10 burgers or 100. There's no reason to get better at the job, no reason to do it well, or even no reason to care. You have no control and nothing you do matters. Sure, if you enjoy your job, maybe you'd work a little bit harder to get that promotion or that raise, but if you hate your job, then you're just going to fall into that zombie-like state of indifference. It's this experience that creates lazy workers that are going to be lazy and unfulfilled their entire life. That is until they're 50 and get laid off because their skills are shit and they've never tried to take control of their job. A good job for teenagers, or for anyone really, is going to give you some control over how much you make. Now that might mean either some kind of base plus commission incentive, or it might mean working for yourself, creating a business or an online asset that you control. Now we all know that you're pretty limited to what you can get as a teen. We looked at some great college jobs that technically need a degree, but you can talk yourself into them in another video. With good jobs for teens though, this just isn't going to happen. So we have to make these jobs. Now these jobs aren't going to be as easy as walking into the local Starbucks and taking that help wanted sign out of the window. We'll talk about how to set up, how to get started on each of these jobs below, but it might take some help from your parents to get things going. To the parents out there, please, if you want your kids to live a happy, fulfilled life, help them out with this. Help them get that job with these 2 factors we talked about, and it will be supremely worth it. Our first job for teens is also probably the easiest to get started, selling photography through sites like Deposit Photos and Shutterstock. Now there isn't that much to this one because it's so simple to get started. You create an account on dozens of photo or video sites and upload your images. You'll get paid from $1 to $2 every time someone downloads your images. That means you can make money on this one for months and years, even after you've stopped. You don't need to be the next Ansel Adams or Andy Warhol for this one. Just browse some of the images and stock video on sites like Shutterstock and Photomoto. You'll get ideas on setting up a shot and images that people want to buy. Now this one is the ultimate for flexibility and ease. Spend a few hours learning basic photography and then however many hours you want each week creating your images. Not only is this going to start making money as soon as you upload photos, but it's also a great way to show creativity on your resume. Our next job idea is tailor-made for teens, a social media assistant on Instagram, Facebook, or any of the other social platforms. Now this has been a job we've looked at in some of those other videos where we've talked about being a social media manager for online influencers and entrepreneurs. The social media revolution has created stars as big as any Hollywood blockbuster. Besides these personality influencers, no business can be successful without the obligatory social media following. Take it from someone that operates 3 Twitter accounts, 2 Facebook pages, plus social profiles on 3 other platforms. Managing all these can be a major pain. It's 21st century marketing, and I, along with tens of thousands of other businesses and influencers, we just want to outsource our marketing department. Sometimes that means outsourcing it completely to a social media manager, and sometimes we just want a little help from a social media assistant. I can think of no one better for this job than a teenager that has grown up in that social revolution. Someone that tweets faster than I can talk or that knows what works on Instagram. As a social media manager, you'd work to plan a marketing strategy. You'd organize social updates for each platform and design graphics that work best on each. The work of an assistant is just taking a part of this, maybe just designing the graphics or managing those updates. Do it right though, and you can make a solid paycheck from anywhere with an internet connection. Glassdoor reports the average salary for a social media manager is just under $60,000, with some making as much as $85,000 a year. Even as an assistant, you're making $20 or more an hour. This is another one with huge potential to turn it into a career. You'll learn organization and marketing as well as other business concepts. If you've got a social profile, you've got everything you need to get started. Reach out to bloggers and other influencers and talk to them about how you can help them with their social marketing. Be flexible and talk about learning from them as well and some project ideas to really boost their social influence. Another job we've talked about before and one that you can do from home is to start a meal service business. This one isn't as complicated as it seems. The average family spends over $3,000 a year eating out, and some groups like my own Gen X spend over $4,000 a year. That's over $350 a month eating out and doesn't include the $1,000 or so a month on groceries. I actually think people would spend more eating out if it wasn't so damn expensive, and that's where you come in, offering home cooking at half the cost of a restaurant. Now think about it. The average dinner out for a family of 3 is over $50, and most families are out just because they don't want to cook. This doesn't have to be a big business idea. If you cook just 3 meals a week and have an average 3 customer families each meal, you're making between $200 and $300 each week. It costs less than $5 a plate to cook at home, and meal delivery businesses typically charge between $10 and $15 a serving. That's a 200% profit on your costs, and there are a few things you can do that make this an even bigger moneymaker. First is that you want to plan a menu for each week. Now this means you're not making dinners to order. People aren't calling you up like it's a restaurant. You plan on making a specific meal each night. Then you take pre-orders from a website or social media a night or two in advance so you have an idea of how much to make. This really cuts down on costs because you're making one meal in bulk to feed all of your families and all of your customers. Also, while you're preparing your meal plan, look for the meals you can make with the biggest profit. A study by Wellio found the difference between restaurant prices and home cooking as high as $32 a serving for some dinners. Some dinners like teriyaki chicken and broccoli alfredo pasta even cost less than $2 a serving to make. Of course, the most obvious challenge here is that you need to learn how to cook, but that's something you're going to use for your entire life. Spend a month or 2 learning how to cook a few dinners and you're all set. Another job here that involves some creativity is selling handmade crafts on sites like Etsy and Artfire. This is a great one for the creatively minded because it's going to involve some ideas like production, marketing, and business organization. More than 33 million people visit Etsy every month, so it's a built-in market for your crafts. The site really makes it easy to set up your listing and sell. It costs just 20 cents to list something on the site, and Etsy takes 5% of any sales. You get paid right into your PayPal account, and you can list as many items as you like. Now with this one, it helps to have another source for marketing your crafts, something like a blog or a social media profile. Like some of these job ideas, this is something that's going to take a week or two to set up, but tools on Etsy make it very easy, and you'll learn how to market your products extremely fast. Our fifth great job for teens is blogging or as a blogger assistant. Now there's nothing stopping you from starting your own blog, but as a teenager, maybe you just want to start off as a blog manager or helping an established blogger run their site. This means you only have to focus on one task like content writing or graphics or scheduling instead of everything that goes into the business of blogging. Now, bloggers can make tens of thousands a month through affiliate marketing, ads, digital downloads, and their own products, but it's a full-time job with a million moving parts. Believe me, if you can take a part of that workload and do it well, that's easily worth 20 or 30 bucks an hour to any blogger. Just like with that social media assistant job, you'll look to bloggers or online influencers to get hired. The best way to do this is to go to a blogging or social media conference and just start talking to other people. Now with any of these jobs, there is the possibility that you won't make a lot of money, but what did you really miss compared to those lame, typical teenager jobs? The take-home pay on minimum wage is about $6 an hour, which means about $350 a month on that part-time schedule. You can easily do that in any of these jobs and even more. It's all up to you because you control how much you make. With many of these jobs, not only are you going to be getting paid, but you'll also be creating an asset that could keep making money long after you've stopped. You'll be learning something other than how to bust tables, and you'll have a great story that's going to get the attention of any college recruiter. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with the best videos on beating debt, making more money, and making your money work for you. If you've got a question about money, just subscribe to the channel and ask it in the comments. We'll answer it in a future video.